Welcome into another edition of The Butcher versus the Spin Instructor, presented by LB's Meat Market. I'm Neil McCready. I am the arbiter of this competition, one that is between the Butcher, the one and only Greg Jones, the Spin Instructor, Campbell McCready. Greg is the proprietor and the main man at LB's Meat Market, which is awesome. And Greg knows that those are not just words. I'm in LB's all the time, trying new things. And it's my favorite time of year, not just because of the holidays and stuff. I like this weather. I like the cool nights and stuff. And I love to grill and smoke and all that stuff. So LB's is my place. It's my jam. It should be yours too. 2008 University Avenue in Oxford. It's across from Kroger. They've got the construction apparently sort of all worked out now. Things are somewhat back to something resembling normal, at least from a driving standpoint. So it's easier to get there, easier to get in, easier to get out. And you should definitely do it. The freshest cuts in Oxford, whether it's beef or pork or chicken, seafood comes in fresh at the end of every week. Homemade, house-made sausages, the stuffed jalapenos, the stuffed mushrooms, the bacon-wrapped asparagus, lunch specials, all sorts of stuff. Frozen stuff on the left when you walk in is $2 off all the time. So if you're not like in a big hurry, you can save yourself a couple of bucks. It's all fresh. It just got frozen. At the end of the day, thaw it out in some water and save yourself a couple of dollars and still enjoy all of the great taste and great eats that come from LB's Meat Market. And it's Thanksgiving week here in a week from today, so we'll have to come up with some sort of a scheduling arrangement for next week's fine program, but it's Thanksgiving week, so it means turkey time, Greg, which is for some people a very problematic meat to cook because we don't eat a lot of turkey over the course of the year, except for like sandwich meat and stuff. People don't do turkeys all year. I don't know why. I love a good turkey, but you can dry out a turkey breast super fast. So I know you got a lot of turkey, a lot of birds, big birds, small birds, breasts coming in. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we got Thanksgiving's kind of a weird time for the meat market, but we got plenty of turkeys. I've got plenty of boneless turkeys coming in. I've got some Cornish game hen. I've got some quail. Got some whole ducks coming in, and so there's other things that you can do adjacent to the Thanksgiving and traditional turkey dinner. But all our turkey products come from Joyce Farms in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It's a free-range product. It's a totally different from a butterball that you'll get from Kroger across the street. So it's just an exclusive product that we carry. We're going to have a smaller bird and a larger bird. So exclusive stuff like that is what we're going to try to hone in on this Thanksgiving.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Greg, but you're a fried turkey guy, right? In your own time on
Yeah, I'm a garbage can turkey. I do the garbage can turkey where it's just basically you put a stake in the ground and you put tinfoil around it, and then you put the bird down on top of the stake, and then get you just a regular steel old school garbage can, set it on top of it, and then put your coals around the side and then coals on the top, and then it's basically just kind of smokes itself for about hour to 2 hours. But I'm a garbage can turkey. But yes, I will eat fried turkey if somebody is going to be is going to do it for sure.
The garbage can turkey idea, you've told me about it before. It sounds fascinating, number one. Number two, I would be so scared of like just fire breaking out everywhere, but I guess it's
yeah, you gotta look at your surroundings where you put your steak in. You don't want to be next to a bush or dry leaves, but yeah, you just you need to prep your area and be in a safe area where the wind's not blowing towards a tree or something like that. But yeah, I mean, you just gotta assess your situation before you put your steak in. But yeah, there's a smoker out on the market now. It's called the pit barrel smoker, and it's very similar to the concept of what it is. So if anybody's interested in something like that, look up pit barrel smoker. It's a really cool smoker.
Campbell, I saw you yawning there. You've been doing multiple spin classes in the last 24 hours. What, you've done 4? You got 1 more to go. Is that right?
I've done 4 in the past 24 hours. I have 1 more until I head home tomorrow morning. But yes, my legs are, usually I'm able to keep going, but Right now, I'm not quite sure.
Are you a turkey person? Do you like turkey? Do you like Thanksgiving dinner, or are you kind of like your dad?
I don't really like turkey. Like when we go eat Thanksgiving at my grandparents, I never get the turkey.
Yeah, see, I'm a ham guy. I like the ham.
I just rather eat the little sides.
Oh.
Carson's a ham guy too, Greg. Carson loves ham. That is his deal. I think Carson could eat ham 7 days a week, every week, no questions asked.
Yeah, I average about a ham sandwich and a half a day. So it's my mom always she's like, "You're low on ham." I'm like, "Yeah, we got it." Everybody at LB's eats ham sandwiches. So yeah, we're down on the ham at LB's.
I love to smoke a ham. Little mustard, just salt, pepper. I don't do much with it because you don't want to just get some smoke flavor from hickory or pecan or whatever, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't want to fool with it much other than I love just I don't want to manipulate the taste much at all. Other people disagree and they put all that sugar and syrup and stuff on it. And nope, I'm good.
Basic is better.
Basic is absolutely better, almost across the board. All right, we got to get to the bad news here. Greg, I don't know how this is happening. I really don't. There's no scientific explanation for this. There's no, if it were a 1 week deal, I'd say, she got lucky. 2 week deal, you're like, hey, maybe it's after a while, you're like, somehow, some way she's gotten good at this.
I'm really good at it.
I think she needs to take advantage of this. She needs to offer a pick service to all her college friends. Make some extra cash. This is guaranteed money here.
You would be really popular with the boys with this, Campbell. You're
well, my strategy works. Just going in with my own opinions on, college tours, celebrities, friends.
As much as I would love to make fun of it, I can't. The numbers, as my good friend Andy Kennedy said, you are what the numbers say you are.
Just typical thing last week was the SMU Tulsa game. SMU jumps on them 21-0. I'm like, finally, she finally picks the wrong side, and sure enough, Tulsa comes back and wins 24-21. So never doubt the Campbell for sure. Never doubt.
That trip to Mike Neal's house in Tulsa just suddenly kicked in. Here come the Golden Hurricane. It's science. So, like Andy Kennedy said, the numbers are what the numbers say you are, and the numbers say you're good at this, Campbell. You went 7-2 last week. You're now 37-23 for the season. Greg is very average at this so far. He is 4-5 last week, 31-29 for the season. So Campbell has accumulated a 6-game lead at this point. In the campaign, Campbell 37-23,
that's unbelievable.
It is a remarkable. I'm stunned just sitting here looking at it, and I'm the one that does the math each week. All right, we got a handful of games. Got two of our games from originally in the week. I send out an email on Monday mornings, and two of the games that were on the email Monday: Ole Miss at Texas A&M. The Aggies have chickened out. Kellen Mond was contact traced. So they're like, oh, we don't have enough players. We can't do this. So that game's off the boards. And Louisiana Tech ULM, which was going to be a Neil McCready North Louisiana special, that game is off the boards as well. So what we have instead, and I've got them in order here. I'm trying to – guys, if we end up kind of jumping around on the order, please forgive me. But I think I've got it in a degree of order here. So we'll start with Florida make sure I'm still recording it. Florida is a 31-point favorite at Vanderbilt. This game can be seen at 11 a.m. on ESPN. Campbell, I have determined that you have such a lead here that Greg is going to be given an opportunity to play some catch-up if necessary. Greg has to be careful with this because if he just starts chasing wins, a 6-game lead can turn into an 11-game lead. So you got to be a little careful here. But, Campbell, you're up first. The Gators, a 31-point favorite at Vanderbilt.
Okay, I'm going to go with Florida. Obviously, Vanderbilt sucks. I mean, I say that every week. That's usually my explanation. So that's
They
all I
didn't
got.
suck last week. They didn't suck last week.
No, they hung in there. You got the Vanderbilt got you a win last week because you actually went with the Commodores and took the points. And Vanderbilt only lost by 3 last week, which is the reason that you won that game. Greg laid the, I think, 17.5 with the Wildcats, and that did not work out. So you're going to lay 31 points here. Okay, fair enough. I'm not arguing with you,
Yeah,
right?
I'm really the expert here, so
Yeah, you clearly are.
don't want to question me.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I wore the green shirt. I mean, I needed all the luck I can get right now. I mean, I know it's not remotely near St. Patty's Day, but hopefully the green shirt will bring us some luck, and hopefully Vanderbilt will bring us some luck. You know, that's a lot of points. Maybe, Vanderbilt might have found something last week against Kentucky. I don't know, but we'll take a lot of points there. We'll take the Vanderbilt Commodores.
All right, so Greg is going to take the 31. Campbell's laying the 31. In Neil's picks on Thursday, I laid the 31. Trask is so good right now. His numbers are very similar to Joe Burrow's numbers from a year ago at this same time. Remarkable. He doesn't get the credit for it because they lost that game early in the season to Texas A&M. Otherwise, I think Kyle Trask is a legitimate Heisman candidate. LSU. Wait, I skipped one.
No, that's right.
I'm right. LSU is heading to Fayetteville. LSU is a 2-point favorite this game, also at 11 a.m. You can see it on the SEC network. Campbell, you're up.
Well, I think people are really excited. I heard tickets are literally $900.
I saw that.
And
That is unbelievable.
everyone is texting. We have like group text for our classes, like my information systems class, and people are like, does anyone have a student ticket? So I think like I've gotten so many notifications of people wanting tickets. So I think people are excited. I don't know if our quarterback is out, but I have a feeling we'll pull through for this one, and I just can't not pick Arkansas. So I feel like that would not be good. So I'm gonna go with Arkansas. I think the excitement will contribute to the win.
Yeah, Greg, I think she's handing you an early Christmas gift here because I do believe Felipe Franks is out. There's a rumor, and it's in Vegas, as a matter of fact, because the number on this game has moved dramatically in the last 24 hours. There's a rumor that a significant Arkansas player is out. If you watch Arkansas play, they don't have many significant players. They lost their best wide receiver last week to an injury in a valiant effort at Florida. 35 points at Florida was a pretty good accomplishment for the Hogs offense, but defensively they got smoked. And if Franks is out,
Yeah, I mean, you just said it for me. So, give me LSU all day long on this one.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm for Arkansas in this one as much because I'm disgusted by LSU lately with some of the things that they've done. And the story out this week in USA Today was a terrible look, and their response was frankly worse, if that's possible. All right, we go up to the Big Ten now. Everybody always makes fun of me being a Big Ten guy. But here we are, Indiana, the feel-good story of college football. Indiana, a 21-point underdog at Ohio State. This game is at 11 a.m., and you can see it on Fox. Campbell, Hoosiers, and Buckeyes, what you got?
Well, I've won twice with Indiana so far, based on me picking because of the coach, my connections with his daughter. So I'm going to pick Indiana, but I'm going to take the points because, I don't think, like, they lose by that much. So okay. I think I'm figuring out how that works. So week 8 here, and I'm figuring it out. But I'm going to go with Indiana and take the points.
All right. Greg, what do you got?
I mean, Indiana's a real good feel-good story, I know that his son got hurt last week, and that was kind of an emotional get. And, it's hard not to take Indiana here, but – I just feel like Ohio State, being the number 1 team in the country, and they're no slouch. So if there's any team that could, cover the 21 points, it would probably be this Ohio State team. So just going to roll the dice here and let's take the Buckeyes.
former Oxford Charger Thomas Allen is who you're referring to. I never even followed up to see what the extent of that injury was. It looked like an ACL or something for him. That was a kind of an emotional thing. You know, he went from being the coach to the dad, and then he had to go back to being the coach while his son wheeled off the field. That would be hard. But he did it, and they're a good story, and the kids love Tom Allen. So Campbell's going to take the 21. Greg's going to lay the 21. Ohio State is awfully good, awfully good. I can say this now, speaking to Kane Womack, the defensive coordinator at Indiana, about a week ago, and he was saying he was getting my address to send me some swag, and he goes, yeah, just don't put it behind you during the Ohio State game. They're really good. So, yeah, there's something. All right, sticking in the Big Ten, Wisconsin, a 7-point favorite at Northwestern. The Wildcats are awfully good as well. This game is at 2:30, and you can see it on ABC. You'll have to watch it because everything in the Big Ten is shut down. There will be no fans whatsoever. Family members not even allowed in the stands. So it's just the players, just the coaches. Apparently the virus will get people in the stands, but they can't get them on the field. The sneaky virus just continues to come up with new rules and new ways. It's
crazy.
It's like a villain in a superhero movie. You think you've killed it. You think you figured it out. You think you've trapped it. And then no. No. All right, Campbell, what do you got? You got the Badgers and the Wildcats here.
Well, you love Big Ten games, and I literally have no idea anything other than the fact that Northwestern is in Chicago, I think, right?
Yeah, Northwestern's in Evanston, which is a suburb of Chicago.
Okay. Well, I'll go with Northwestern just because we like Chicago. So I don't know enough for this one.
You're going to take Northwestern and get the 7 points. This is a good game. The computer simulations on this game are right around the line, which is 7. So Greg, you got a shot here. Wisconsin would have to win by more than 7, and Wisconsin's really good. I think Northwestern's pretty good too. This actually will be a good football game, all jokes aside.
Yeah, I like Wisconsin here. I mean, I don't know how bad Michigan is, but Wisconsin looked really, really good last week, and I like Wisconsin to roll here. I say 2 touchdowns easy on this game.
I think you're right. To answer your question about how bad Michigan is, they're really, really bad.
Really bad.
Really, really bad. And they've quit on their coach, which is a weird thing. Something's wrong there internally as well. All right, back into the SEC, into maybe the most boring weekend of SEC games that I can remember in a long time. Kentucky is a 30-point underdog at Alabama. This game can be seen on the SEC Network at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. It should be over around 3:02 p.m. Central Standard Time. The Wildcats getting 30, Campbell.
Okay, I'm going to go with Alabama and lay the points. They're the best team in the country, so I think this is an obvious pick.
Fair enough. That's succinct and right to the point. Greg?
Yeah, I mean, touche. I just can't say anything to validate me betting on Kentucky here. They all lost a squeaker won a squeaker against Vanderbilt, and we all know we've talked about how bad Vanderbilt is on this pod too many times. So, the Tide should roll. Should be a pretty awkward situation in Tuscaloosa this weekend.
Yeah, I'm with both of y'all. I think this is what it is. ULM and Louisiana Tech got COVIDed out, unfortunately, so we'll stay in the SEC. Tennessee, the Vols, the mighty Vols. The Vols getting 10.5 points at Auburn. This game is a 6 p.m. start on ESPN. Campbell, what do you think? You got the Vols and the Tigers.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Auburn. I always pick based on college tours. So I did tour Auburn. Arkansas, did we lose to Tennessee?
No, you beat Tennessee.
We beat Tennessee, so maybe they'll lose again. And also it's at Auburn, so maybe that will contribute to the Auburn win. So I'm going to go with Auburn here.
All right, she's taking Auburn, laying the 10.5, Greg.
Oh man, Tennessee's really bad, and I can't get suckered in on this one. I'm just going to have to, go with oddshark.com and Campbell here. She knows her stuff, so I mean, I just can't beat around the bush. I can't beat her on this one. So I have to pick and choose my spots. So we're going to go with Auburn here. We like it.
So far today, Greg, I like your strategy. I think you've maybe picked up a couple 3 games, and you're not falling trap here in some other games. So you're on. I think you're on the ball today. I really do. And if not, then this is just it's hopeless.
Yeah, no, it's 2020. That's what it is. I mean, we chalk it up.
Staying in the SEC, Mississippi State, what's left of it, heads to Georgia. The Bulldogs, the Maroon Bulldogs, a 24-point underdog against the Red and Black Bulldogs. This game can be seen 6:30 Central Time on the SEC Network from there at Sanford Stadium. Campbell, what do you think?
I'm going to pick Georgia. I know Mississippi State is barely hanging on with their COVID issues and the guys quitting.
Yep.
So Georgia will win. That's my pick.
Greg,
I like I said, I got to pick and choose my battles here, and I'm definitely not going to jump on the Mississippi State whatever's left of their wagon that they had first week. I don't know if they might have a piece of rebarb under. Yeah, no. Got to take Georgia Bulldogs here. They will roll for sure.
That bandwagon hadn't rolled in weeks.
No.
The reels are off. I don't even know what's left of it. It's a disaster. I'll tell both of you that hopefully next week we're picking the Egg Bowl. I've got real worries. I'm concerned. I'll just tell you that now. It's in my mind, it's 50-50. I've had some people tell me I'm being pessimistic here, but I've had other people tell me that I'm being optimistic. So hopefully that game gets played. I know Ole Miss fans would love to take out some frustration on the Bulldogs, and I think they would be able to do it, but State has to show up first. Boy, this is a stinker coming up. We got one more in the SEC here. Missouri. -5. Missouri is a 5-point favorite at South Carolina. This game can be seen on the SEC Network alternate channel at 6:30 Central Time. And listen, we've all been through a lot in 2020, and we've gone through an ongoing pandemic, school closings, business closings, all sorts of stuff. People have had their mental health challenged this year. People are strained. There's a lot of anxiety. If you catch yourself at 6:30 on Saturday night watching this game, get help. Call somebody and say, it's so bad that I'm watching Missouri and South Carolina. That's all you have to say, and people will help you because we care. We care.
I mean, it's a tough. I mean, you're spot on. I mean, I hope they copied and pasted the number from the Vanderbilt Mississippi State game, and just put it on the bottom of the screen for this game.
It's so funny. I caught myself watching the fourth quarter of that Mississippi State Vanderbilt game, and I was like, "What are you doing? Stop! There's got to be something better you can do with these 15 minutes of your life." All right, so Campbell, you got the Tigers giving 5 at South Carolina. What do you think?
Well, I know South Carolina fired their coach.
Yep.
And a few players quit or something.
Yep, 2 of their best defensive players quit off of a unit that gave up 708 yards in Oxford last week.
Okay, well.
For your knowledge, 708 yards is like incredible.
Okay. Well, I mean, I want him then. But
800 yards is probably the absolute max that you could get in a football game, realistically.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with Missouri, even though through the COVID issues going on. South Carolina seems to be struggling from what I've heard through Twitter the past day.
Fair enough. All right, Greg, she's taking the Tigers and laying the 5 there in Williams-Brice. What do you think?
I'll pick and choose on this one. I'll go South Carolina to rally the troops. So
Greg.
You know, I'm pulling out all the stops here. You know, I've got my glasses on. I've got my green shirt on. You know, I've got American Pharaoh back on the podcast today. You know, I need all the help I can get. And what better way to go with is one of the worst defenses performances. So we're going to go with that. Let's go with the South Carolina Gamecocks to rally the troops.
Wow, you were rolling for 20-something minutes, and you just caught a bad series right there, I think. But we'll see. All right, this is a fun game. I've always wanted to go see this game. One of these days, I'm going to get in my car, and I'm going to drive to the state of Oklahoma, and I'm going to go to the Oklahoma State-Oklahoma game. And I'm just going to sit there as a neutral observer and wear like a green shirt and just watch, because this rivalry seems cool to me. I don't have any idea why. I might be severely disappointed when I got there, but on television, it always resonates. I watch it and I'm like, oh, that's a fun game. Like one year they played in the snow and it was just crazy, and I was like, this is awesome. And so I was kind of into it. So Oklahoma State, they are getting 9.5 points at Oklahoma. This game at 6:30 on ABC. Seriously, if you're watching Missouri and South Carolina, flip to this. Just do yourself a favor. Flip to Oklahoma State and Oklahoma. Campbell, you're up.
You know, I'm going to go with the college tours here again.
Oh.
We drove to OU after I toured Arkansas for the first time, and I did not want to go because I liked
the entire drive. It was awful. You sulked the whole drive, and then you got kind of sick that night.
Well, I mean, I proved y'all wrong because I was like, let's just stay in Fayetteville for another night, which we should have done, and you'll admit to now. We got to Norman, and it literally sucked. It was horrible. And I hated the town so much that I was like, I don't even want to tour.
Well, I felt bad because they had recruited you so hard, and you told them you were coming, and they were excited about it. And I just felt terrible not actually going, even though I didn't think you were going to go that far from home to go to college. And in hindsight, this is not painfully for me to admit, in hindsight, we should have just stayed in Fayetteville for another night.
But, I mean, I always pick where I toured, so I'm going to pick OU here for this game.
All right, so she's got OU winning Bedlam. What do you think, Greg? She's laying the 9.5.
I mean, I think Oklahoma State's a good club. I mean, it's always a tight game. There have been a couple blowouts, but, you know, Baker Mayfield was probably involved. And I'm trying to think, Oklahoma State blew them out a couple of times also. I like Oklahoma State's jerseys better. So I'm going to go with that angle. Hopefully they'll bring back the old Barry Sanders jerseys for this game. So I'm going to go with Oklahoma State here.
You know, you might be onto something because these are two teams that are good uniform teams.
Very good uniform. Very, very basic and, you know, good. Yeah.
OU's got that the crimson and cream uniform that you're used to seeing. They don't change it because if it ain't broke,
don't fix it.
And Oklahoma State does a really good job with black and orange. They do some cool stuff with the cowboy helmet that they have. And yeah, you're right. This is a good uniform game. And both of them have, like, when OSU will be wearing the all whites, I presume, and it's a great look. And then OU wears the red jersey with the white pant with the 2 red stripe and the red helmet with the interlocking OU. It's good look, strong. Speaking of uniforms, USC, some of the best uniforms in the history of football, a 3-point favorite at Utah. This game, assuming it happens, is at 9:30 on ESPN. Campbell, I'm sure you'll come downstairs and we'll watch this till 1 in the morning and really break it down. The Trojans giving 3 at Utah. Campbell?
I'm pretty sure I picked USC this past week.
Yeah, it was one of your losses.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go with them again just because of Aunt Becky. Is that what my reasoning last week?
That was the reasoning last week.
You know, maybe I win this week with them, and me and Greg seem to be disagreeing on everything but, like, 2 games this week. So let's just keep it up. I have a feeling he'll pick Utah. So, yep, that's my pick.
All right, Campbell's got USC. What do you say, Greg?
Well, I mean, USC ran into Arizona, the state of Arizona, which is a hard cookie to crack. So that's that she didn't know that was going to go down like that. I like Utah. It's a beautiful country. It's they've got mountains and they've got a salt lake, and I prefer I'd prefer to go to Utah over Los Angeles, California. So I'm going to take that angle, and we're going to go to Utah, and hopefully they pull through for us.
I agree with you. If you told me I can either go to Salt Lake City or Los Angeles right now, I'm headed to Salt Lake City, no doubt about it. So, all right, that's a bunch of games. Hopefully, most or all get played. You know the rule now that the picks are in. If a game gets COVIDed out, it's a win for everyone. So our picks are in. We're locked in. We can't lose a game to COVID. We can win a game versus COVID because COVID seems to be beating us in every other area. I'm going to claim wins whenever we can. All right, Greg, let's tell the people one more time about LB's Meat Market. I know you guys got a big weekend coming up. You got lots of people watching games, people getting ready for the holidays. A lot of people have most of next week off and stuff like that. So people will be coming in to see you. Tell them how they can get in touch with you and about some of the great products that are there at LB's.
Yeah, I mean, always call the store. I would, get some Facebook message. I reply to Facebook messages and Instagram messages as quickly as possible. A bunch of fresh fish, a lot of unique stuff this weekend. We're going to stuff some Cornish game hens with some crab and cornbread stuffing. We're going to do some quail. We're going to stuff some quail with some jalapeno poppers. I'm going to do a bunch of different, unique stuff. We'll have turkeys, we'll have ham, that sort of thing. And then also on the fish list, I got in is it's a seasonal thing, I guess. It's a pumpkin swordfish. So it's basically looks like salmon, but it's swordfish. So I don't know if a bunch of swordfish went up and ate a bunch of pumpkins, but I think it's maybe a seasonal fish or something like that. But it was on the list, so give it a try and see if it sells. But it literally looks like a swordfish, but it looks like salmon. It's got that salmon color. It's going to be unique. I'll look at it this weekend.
Oh, check that out. I love swordfish. Never heard of a pumpkin swordfish, but.
Well, we'll have some pumpkin swordfish in this weekend, so you can check it out, Neil.
You can check it out. All right, Greg, thanks as always for your time. Campbell, please be careful driving home tomorrow. Can't wait to have you home, and we'll get together. We'll figure out how we're going to do this early next week, perhaps, because I know Greg will be slammed with Thanksgiving, and maybe we'll tape on a Tuesday. Maybe we'll figure that out. So anyway, until next week, for Campbell McCready, for Greg Jones, I'm Neil McCready. That does it for this edition of The Butcher versus the Spin Instructor, presented by LB's Meat Market. Seriously, if you are anywhere near Oxford this weekend, you owe it to yourself to run by LB's. Everything's fantastic, from the sausages to the stuffed jalapenos to the bone-in ribeyes, the lane train specials. It's all there. Whatever you might think of, it's there. If you don't have any idea, just walk in. I've done this many times. Walk in and say, hey, what do you recommend? Can't go wrong. Greg and the people there at LB's do a fantastic job, great service, and they'll take care of you as well. So until next week, have a great weekend out there. Stay safe and take care, and we'll talk to you soon.